Irwin Jackson, 1341 Jackson Bluff. Last week when my wife and I visited Washington, D.C., we enjoyed seeing all of the monuments. We stayed at the Intercontinental Hotel, I think the mayor's favorite. We visited the White House, the FBI National Headquarters, several museums, and had supper at the Library of Congress, which was very nice. Unfortunately, we watched as our nationally elected officials, as well as appointed officials, lied to the public about Benghazi, spying on our citizens, using the IRS and other federal agencies to silence those who would question the actions of the Obama administration. During the past 3 years, I've tried to get our city commission to address our local scandals involving commissioners' self-serving actions regarding the BG&E biomass plant, the $500,000 in deferred compensation, the fraud that continues today, the $52 million Honeywell scam, and the use of Southside children as a front to secure federal money for Mr. Marks and his friends at ADE. On my return home, I now learned that the FBI has charged 57 individuals for their role in an organized $300 million conspiracy orchestrated by a group called Allied Veterans of the World. This organization falsely claimed to be a charitable veterans organization, but actually deceived the public and government in order to line their pockets. These individuals are now thankfully being charged with racketeering and money laundering. Even more concerning, though, is the fact that City Commissioner Scott Maddox's financial statement, which I have right here, confirms that he provided legal advice to this scam organization and that used disabled veterans as a front for their self-serving actions. According to Mr. Maddox, this scam organization was, and I quote from his financial statement, a major source of business income for his law firm, end quote. Mr. Maddox, the money you have taken from this scam organization is nothing more than blood money. Any group that will use disabled veterans or children or elderly for their personal financial gain, I believe, is receiving blood money. Therefore, I strongly request that you tell the public the total amount of money that you've received from this scam group and then transfer immediately that money to our local veteran group responsible for organizing our local Veterans Day of celebration. Finally, when it was discovered that our Republican Lieutenant Governor had ties to this organization, she did the right thing and resigned immediately. I believe that a Democratic City Commissioner involved in this scam, providing legal advice to this group, should follow suit. And I would look forward to any comments you'd like to make. And thank you, sir.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, if I could just briefly, I know that it is our custom to ignore Mr. Jackson, but I've been waiting for the opportunity that I knew would come. You know, it's something I learned a long time ago in grade school, and that is eventually, if you stand up to a bully, he'll start picking on you. And that's what's happened. So what Mr. Jackson is speaking of is work that my law firm did prior to being a city commissioner, and he has now compared me to Benghazi and involved in a scam, neither of which are true. I think everybody knows they're not true, and it was a matter of time because I stood up to Mr. Jackson, who is a bully. Mr. Jackson comes to every meeting and attempts to bully someone. He attempts to bully the mayor, he attempted to bully Commissioner Ziffer, and now it's me. But what we all need to remember in the public is that every commission meeting he comes forward and he says someone is going to get indicted by the FBI, someone's going to be drug off in handcuffs, someone is wrong, someone has done something terrible, someone is a criminal, and none of those things have come to pass thus far. Mr. Jackson, of course, ran against Commissioner Ziffer, was soundly defeated. Mr. Jackson's cohort ran against the mayor and was defeated. Mr. Jackson's cohort ran against me and was soundly defeated. So I understand that in standing up to a bully that you have to take some of these attacks. It's unfortunate because I look at the young people in the audience and I'd like for you to consider a career in public service. I'd like for you to be a city commissioner or a county commissioner if that's something you'd be interested in. And it's unfortunate that in doing so, you open yourself up to that kind of attack. But like you know, today in school, you got to stand up to a bully sometimes, and that's just part of it. And it's unfortunate because your family and friends watch TV, and People can make accusations that are absolutely not true without repercussions. Unfortunately, that's part of today's process. We just have to think about the better part of public service, like what we just discussed with bus benches, and helping real people every day. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.